I have to say, I am super relieved to finally get rid of Godspeed. And this one talks, so now we know we got the real August Hart behind bars.
That's not the real Godspeed. Once he was placed in a meta-dampening cell, I questioned him as the Flash, and all he could say was, "The one who sent me wants infinite velocity."
When you were fighting Godspeed, he said, "We deserve your speed."
Who's we?
And as for McCulloch Technologies, I will be resuming my position as CEO, effective immediately. It's what Joseph would have wanted. Thank you.
Oh, Joe. How are you here?
Well, it turns out that when the guy that's trying to kill you kicks the bucket, they lift the protection detail.
That makes sense.
Nash.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Hey.
And just in time. Team needs you now more than ever.
Well, let's go save some people we love.
You have been at this for hours.
I found him. David's at Central City Hospital. I can't believe I just did that.
Holy frack. Iris, you can control this place. Iris, stay with me.
Hey, you gonna clean that or what?
Just gotta get to the steamer.
Any day now. Any day now.
This is stupid. I don't get paid.
Come on, Cinderella, scrub like you mean
I
it.
don't get paid enough. Okay, I'm gonna do one.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. It has been a day in the world of The Flash. So you probably saw a whole bunch of news this morning about some announcements and casting changes that they made on the fly. I'll explain that during the video. There's a bunch of Easter eggs, dropped storylines, and things that they're going to have to change about Season 7 because of what they did this morning. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We'll do a new Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave all your predictions for The Flash Season 7 on the video. So obviously careful for spoilers from everything from Flash Season 6 so far if you haven't watched the season yet. But just starting at the top, working our way down. So there is some good news. Number 5, the Flash showrunner did confirm that the real Godspeed would be one of the main villains of Season 7. I know we all wondered what's going on with Godspeed during Season 6 because of all the fake Godspeed copies. There were a couple scenes in that final Godspeed Season 6 episode that told us pretty much everything we need to know about what is going on with his storyline, at least at first. The real Godspeed is implied to be creating these cyborg speedsters, sending them back into the past through the Speed Force that used to exist. It's gone now, so I know everybody's wondering about that. How can Godspeed use the Speed Force if there is no Speed Force to be used? Then throughout history, all these different fake Godspeeds would just steal the speed of other speedsters. It's implied that they were probably going to other places in time, but mostly we were just focusing on what's happening with Team Flash, because that's what the show is about. Barry said in that final scene that Godspeed wanted ultimate speed, as if that were somehow not the same thing as what Zoom wanted when he was stealing speed from Barry and all the other speedsters. Zoom was a Velocity 9 speedster. Godspeed last season was also a Velocity 9 speedster. They came up with Velocity 10 during the Flash Season 6, or Velocity X, whatever you want to call it, but the way they explain it is that each new Godspeed cyborg gets more and more lifelike, more and more powerful, more abilities. This last one was able to use special speedster abilities to leech all of Barry's speed. Given the timeline of Season 7 and all the other storylines that they have to wrap up from the cancelled Season 6 episodes because of the virus, it's hard to say how many more fake Godspeeds will show up before the real one does. But number 4, they're basically doing a version of Godspeed's Flash Rebirth arc when he went around killing other speedsters, taking their speed. But they are creating the artificial Speed Force, so that's one of the other big storylines that they have to cover at the beginning or at some point during Season 7. Nobody wants to watch a Flash TV show where the Flash doesn't have the Speed Force and can't be the Flash, so at some point at the beginning of the season, they're going to have to wrap that up. It sounded like they planned on doing that at the end of Season 6, and all those episodes that they weren't able to do, they're going to do at the beginning of Season 7, so I don't think we have to wait too long to figure out what's going on with that and for Barry to get his new artificial Speed Force. The whole thing with Cisco and Atlantis in the Aquaman Easter eggs, I think is going to be wrapped up pretty quickly because he was just going to get this one part to make the device that will help them create the artificial Speed Force. So that's where I think all their Aquaman stuff is going to take place. But I don't think Aquaman himself will appear on screen. It'll just be a bunch of Aquaman Easter eggs. So whoever shows up, it's going to be a different actor probably. BD Wong has been doing the voice of the character the whole time though. It would be a real badass if they could get the real BD Wong to show up and play August Hart on screen, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get him, so we might wind up with a different actor. They didn't really clarify if the Godspeed arc would be the first half of Season 7 or the second half, but they still have all that Mirror Master stuff to wrap up at the beginning of Season 7, so she'll probably be the villain for the first part of the season. Then they'll move on to Godspeed, or that new version of Reverse Flash that they tease, like the Red Death version of Reverse Flash. But number 3, all that Mirror Master stuff was supposed to be done at the end of Season 6, before they had to cancel those episodes. Now they're just doing the story from what would have been episode 20, 21, and 22 for the first few episodes of Season 7. They might have to change a couple things because of the big, quote-unquote news this morning and them getting rid of one of the actors, but they won't have to change that much stuff. So we'll see how long Mirror Master sticks around at the beginning of Season 7 if they were going to put her on ice by the end of Season 6. Probably not that long. They also implied that they rescue pretty much all the people that are still stuck in the mirror dimension in the first 2 episodes. That's Iris, Cisco's girlfriend Camilla, and Commissioner Singh. Iris still has those weird Matrix-like mirror dimension powers, so those will probably have something to do with defeating Mirror Master. Otherwise, what's the point in giving her special Matrix abilities in there? But number 2, all the other storylines from the canceled episodes, there's still a lot of stuff they have to wrap up. There's the Reverse Flash stuff that I've talked about before. They were going to use a big Reverse Flash twist as their Season 7 teaser. They were going to end on a cliffhanger involving him. The video I attached to the beginning of this is still funny, but it's obviously not their original plan. Reverse Flash, cleaning man, hard at work. I've already done a few videos about how I think they've been setting up a Red Death fusion-style speedster throughout the Season 6 episodes, the entire season. That's why they went all Dragon Ball Gogeta with Grodd and Barry. That's why they made such a big deal about Reverse Flash entering other people's bodies and taking over with his negative Speed Force energy. Red Death is just a fusion speedster, but he's Batman and Barry Allen in the comics. They can't do Batman on the show, so if they do him, it'll be a different version of the character involving Reverse Flash. But hopefully they'll pay that off, and that also might have something to do with Barry's new artificial Speed Force, because that's such a big deal, it seemed like they were going to wait till the end of the season and the finale to wrap that storyline up too. Some giant disaster happens that pushes them into Season 7, then they deal with it during the first couple of episodes. But obviously the other biggest storyline that I haven't mentioned yet for important reason is the Sue Dibney stuff. This gets into the elongated man announcement you probably heard about this morning. So number 1, WTF, probably the biggest entertainment news of the day. The Flash TV show straight up fired Elongated Man. The actor who plays him is totally gone. They said he's not coming back during Season 7. Apparently he made some epically bad tweets several years ago and just didn't delete them. He didn't clean up his timeline or anything. So I'm not going to put the tweets in my video here because some of them are next level bad. It's not too dissimilar to James Gunn's bad tweets a couple years ago getting him in really big trouble. The actor has already apologized for trying to be an edgelord. Grant Gustin and the Flash showrunner have already made official statements. I'm not going to read through the entire statements here, but you get the basic idea. They're like, okay, this is clearly a bad situation, and because of what's going on right now, we can't let this stand, so we're going to have to let him go. Apparently, Grant Gustin had no idea what was going on. None of the other Flash actors did, or the producers. So I have no idea how people found out about these crazy old bad tweets who was going through his timeline from years and years ago. It sucks that it happened, but there's not really anything to be done about it. The show has 1,000 other comic book characters they can introduce, so hopefully they'll replace him with someone cool. They had just made the actress who plays Sue Dibney a series regular for Season 7. I don't think that's going to change. I think she'll stay on the show. They were going to do a big romance arc with the two of them and get them together by the end of the season, just like they are in the comics. But I think we can say that's probably not going to happen now. But if you have any big questions about what's going on with the season, they will start filming again pretty soon. For the most part, all the CW DC TV shows won't premiere till January next year. Congratulations, Gloated 1, you're the giveaway winner from my last big DC video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Everyone, click here for my new video on the Batman movie and that big Joker announcement, and click here for my new Justice Society, Green Lantern, and the Flash video from Stargirl. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.